Well, New Orleans' the spectacular holiday lights festival is back. This year, Celebration in the Oaks features exciting new light displays and exhibits to check out, along with the classic favorites like Mr. Bingle and the Tree of Poinsettias. Shan is giving us a look at the background into this historic event in today's Nola Minute.
It's one of New Orleans' most storied holiday traditions. Celebration in the Oaks, the beloved annual festival of lights at City Park, attracts visitors from all over to see the holiday wonderland. The very first version of the park's popular celebration started in 1984 as a smaller display in the Botanical Garden. Paul Soniat, the garden's director at the time, suggested having local artists decorate Christmas trees to raise money. The first event was called Tribute to a Christmas Tree. 3 years later, the event scaled up, moved outside the garden, and was called Christmas in the Oaks. The first display featured more than 150,000 lights and Christmas trees decorated by local schools. In 1991, the event's name was changed to Celebration in the Oaks, with hopes of being more inclusive. 2020 was another milestone year when City Park brought back its popular driving tour for the first time since before Hurricane Katrina, and it kept the tradition alive during the pandemic. In 2022, Celebration in the Oaks once again paired its driving tour along with its walking tour for its biggest footprint since the storm. As City Park's largest fundraiser, officials say the Holiday Lights event attracts more than 135 visitors each year. For Nola Now, I'm Shan.